Now let us see introduction to SQL. Well, SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a standard language for interacting with relational databases. The popular relational databases such as MySQL Server, PostgreSQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, and in order to interact with these relational databases, we use SQL, that is Structured Query Language. Well, all the popular relational databases such as MySQL Server, PostgreSQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server supports a SQL language. So you can use the same SQL commands or SQL queries with respect to all these relational databases. For example, if you learn SQL with respect to MySQL Server, then you can use the same SQL queries or SQL commands with respect to other relational databases. Okay, so in this course we are going to use MySQL Server relational database, and we use SQL to interact with MySQL Server relational database. Let us take a look into the types of databases. There are two types of databases, relational databases and non-relational databases. In relational databases, the data is organized in tables with rows and columns. The examples for relational databases are MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server. And these relational databases supports SQL. So we use SQL as a standard language for interacting with all these relational databases. Next, we have non-relational databases. In non-relational databases, the data is stored in formats like key value pairs, documents, or graphs. The examples for non-relational databases are MongoDB, Redis, Cassandra, Neo4j. So mostly we use SQL to interact with relational databases such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and SQL Server. Now let us quickly take a look into categories of SQL commands. The SQL commands are categorized into 5 different parts: DDL, DQL, DML, DCL, TCL. Let us begin with DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. The DDL commands define and manage the structure of a database and its objects, such as tables and indexes. These DDL commands do not manipulate the data itself, but deals with creating or altering database objects. Well, DDL commands we use to create or alter the database objects. The database objects can be a database itself, tables, indexes, views. And the DDL commands are create, alter, drop, truncate. Create command we use to create the databases, tables, and other database objects like indexes, views. Okay. And alter command. So alter command we use to modify the structure of existing table. For example, adding the column, deleting the column, renaming the column, modifying the column. Next, drop command. Drop command we use to delete a table or a database permanently. Next, truncate command. So truncate command we use to remove all the rows from a table quickly without logging individual deletion. So these are the 4 DDL commands that we use to create or alter the database objects such as database, table, index, view. In this course, we will see all these commands with lots of examples. Next category is DQL. DQL stands for Data Query Language. DQL commands are used to query and retrieve the data from a database. These commands allow you to filter, sort, and group the data to extract useful information. And the DQL commands are select command. Well, we use select command to retrieve the data from one or more tables. Along with select command, we can use where clause, order by clause, group by clause, and having by clause to filter, sort, and group the data. Okay, for example, we can use select command with where clause to filter the data. We can use select command with group by clause to group the data. We can use select command with order by clause to sort the data, and we can use select command with having clause to group the data based on the condition. Okay, in this course we will see select statement or a select command with all these important clauses. Let us take a look into the next category, data manipulation language, that is DML. Well, DML commands handle the manipulation of data within a tables. These commands allow inserting, updating, and deleting data in the database. The DML commands are insert, update, delete. The insert command we can use to insert a new rows of a data into table. We can insert a single row or multiple rows by using this insert command. Next, update command. Update command we can use to modify the existing data in a table based on a specified condition. Next, delete command. We can use delete command to remove rows from a table based on a specific conditions. We can remove either a single row or multiple rows from the table by using delete command. In this course, we'll take a look into all these DML commands with lot of practical examples. Next, let us take a look into next category, data control language, that is DCL. DCL commands are used to control access to a data in a database by granting or revoking privileges to users or roles. These commands help manage database security. The DCQL commands are grant and revoke. So basically these DCL commands are used to provide the permission or privileges to the users to access the data in a database. Next category is TCL. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. Well, TCL commands manage transactions in a database. A transaction is a sequence of operations performed as a single logical unit of work. A TCL commands help ensure the integrity and consistency of the database. The TCL commands are commit, rollback, save point. The commit command saves all the changes made by DML statements permanently. The DML stands for Data Manipulation Language, and the DML statements are insert, update and delete. So in a transaction we can perform multiple DML operations. In order to save the changes made by all the DML statements permanently, we use commit command. Next, rollback command. The rollback command reverts all the changes made by DML statements since the last commit. Next, save point command. Save point command sets a point within a transaction to which you can later roll back. So these are the important TCL commands. Okay, so these are the important SQL commands categories, and in this course we are going to take a look into the important SQL commands that we frequently use in the real-time projects. Alright, great. I will see you in the next lecture.